And I want to close this out, not with a Medal of Honor citation, but with a Silver Star citation for PFC Edward J. Tucker. For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity as a squad leader, serving a platoon of Company Bravo, 1st Battalion, 27th Marines, 5th Marine Division, in action against Japanese enemy forces on Iwo Jima, Volcano Islands, 14 March 1945. Heedless of his own painful wounds and refusing evacuation in order to remain with his men in continuance of an assault against the bitterly defending Japanese, Private First Class Tucker unhesitatingly braved a deadly hail of hostile rifle fire and machine gun fire to rescue a wounded Marine lying in an exposed position. Although mortally wounded while administering first aid to his stricken comrade, Private First Class Tucker, by his unselfish courage and devotion to duty, had strengthened the morale and fighting spirit of his entire company, thereby reflecting great credit upon himself and the United States Naval Service. So, as I have said, and as I always say, war brings out the worst in us. But it can also bring out the best. And there are thousands and thousands of heroes like PFC Edward J. Tucker, known and unknown, that have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country, for the Marine Corps, for their battalion, their company, their platoon, their squad, and for their friends. And I want you to remember that too. That in all that darkness and that black sand and all that evil in the world, there are heroes and brave men, and men that don't take lives, but give their lives for their friends. And while we do talk about evil, also always remember that the world is also more filled with good men and good women and good people. And remember those people. And in moments of darkness and temptation, let them inspire you to follow in their footsteps. Because there's no doubt that the example has been set. So, it's really just another situation when I think about the dichotomy of war and the dichotomy of combat, and how it brings out the worst in people, but it also brings out the best in people. And I think that in order to appreciate the best in people, you got to recognize what they're up against. Got to recognize what we're up against. And you got to see that example. That example of people that shine. They shine in those circumstances. And if they can rise like that in those circumstances, in those situations, facing such horror, well, then maybe we can rise a little bit too. Then maybe we can shine just a little bit brighter and bring a little bit more light into the world.